Pop-Tarts. I gotta say, I'm very excited because I just took a dose of some invisible medicine
Did
earlier
you?
today.
Did you? That's
I
nice.
did, and it just happens to be the name of this guy, Raven Firewalker, has dropped an EP in the last 2 weeks that is just real journey into some old funkadelic, experimental, and esoteric vibrations on a wavelength that really is really powerful. I'm glad to know him. I'm glad to say he's my uh, partner and podcast partner and just all
Yes, sir.
around perfect idiot over here. But I'd like to talk a little bit about what the EP is and how it is. I'm familiar with Bon Jovi's Bad Medicine, but I'd like you to tell us a little bit about your Invisible Medicine and see. And I don't fuck with no bad medicine. I'm just
Listen,
letting you
you
know.
give podcasts a bad name. I'm telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? All
Well,
right,
I
all
do
right.
get slippery when wet too, so
Oh
there's
my, I bet
that.
you do,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Listen, all
there's
right,
that.
all right,
Mhm,
all right. Yes, I dropped an EP with a
mhm,
producer named Nate Fox. It's a
mhm,
joint release from both of us. It's
mhm.
a 3-song EP called Invisible Medicine.
Yep.
Um, I worked with him a couple of years ago. We linked up in Los Angeles, where I was
Mhm,
living previously to New Orleans. We go
mhm.
back and forth. Um,
Yeah.
and I met him and we talked a little bit. And, you know, I showed him some of the music I was working on. And he's like,
Mhm.
hey, come by, let's do some stuff, because I was trying to get
Right.
something recorded, get something done. So he's just been a buddy of mine, stayed in touch, and he's doing an EP series right now, which is really cool, where he's, getting some of the MCs that
So
he's
he
worked
worked
with and
to
performers.
produce a lot of Chance the Rapper's major songs that we all know.
Yes, yes, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, disclaimer about Nate for sure. For those that don't
Mhm,
know,
mhm,
Nate Fox was one of the major producers on Acid Rap, which was Chance the Rapper's big debut and entrance into the industry. And they won Grammys and they ran around and had a great time with that.
Now he's taking a chance on you. That's what's happening.
A little bit, yeah, because I'm the
There it
rapper.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Good.
So
I like
and
it.
because I've known him for
Mhm.
a while and done
Yeah.
some stuff with him a few years back. So
Mhm,
he's doing an EP series where he's taking artists that he's worked with and people that are coming up at different levels in the industry and just working.
mhm,
And so we made a 3-song EP, and
mhm.
I am excited about that. We are also working on 3 more songs at
Mhm.
right now. So I'm going to have the volume 2 of the EP coming out in a couple months. We'll do another one of these for that. But now I'm pushing the song "Old School," which is my
Mhm.
jam off of that one, which I really
Right.
like.
So
So
so old school. All right. So when I listen to the song, first of all, the hook is crazy. That beat is just really brings you in there. But
thank you, sir.
what's an homage to when we say the word old school? What are we trying to bring to mind? What are we trying to uh, say to the world at large? As far as what's the song? What does the song mean to you, and what would you like it to mean to other people, or how do you want them to feel about it?
Yeah, the song is basically a love letter to all the dope old school MCs that a lot of
Mm-hmm.
MCs of my era grew up with. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, from an MC standpoint, if you're looking at the lyrical content, the whole thing is basically a poem that's stitched
I'm not
together
saying we're
with
ageless, but when you say your era, what era is that? It's
just the
not.
old school,
It's
gold
not
school
Sugar
era.
Hill Gang. It's not Sugar Hill
No,
Gang.
no, yeah, yeah. I mean, we're
I
we're we're
mean, like
talking
let's be.
the golden era of hip hop, basically, 88 to 95 was really the 86, 87. I mean, a lot of when
Mm-hmm.
EPMD, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, KRS One, Public Enemy, all of
Mm-hmm.
those institutions on the East Coast, and then we're looking at Ice-T, NWA, Ice Cube, a lot of that on the West. Too Short, a lot of the people that came up in our generation when we were in high school. Um, and that's when I started rapping. So the song's
Mm-hmm.
basically it starts off with me, being alone in my room writing lyrics and listening to Lyrics of Fury by Rakim and just being completely sparked by that and wanting to write lyrics. wanting to be a rapper.
Right.
So that's when I started rapping, and the whole song's basically about what it was like back then, going to a party back then where DJs
Mhm.
were DJing. I talked about Bum Rush Productions, which is a DJ crew that I, grew up listening to and went to
Mhm.
parties with them DJing, was kind of friends with them because, people I knew them. And
I think this is why we connected, is because when we met at
yeah,
Marie Laveau's and we just started yapping at each other, and I
right,
was like, man, I must have played my Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock tape so much that the shit like disintegrated,
right.
and it just like
Yeah.
was like, what is happening? I thought Ed Lover and Dr. Dre were my like babysitters. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah.
the
I
old
mean,
TV raps, right? Seriously.
we grew up in an era where
Mhm.
hip hop was
Yeah.
a huge part of the culture, but even on an underground level. So if you were into
Right.
punk or goth or any kind of rock and roll that was
Right.
alternative, hip
It
hop
all
was also a
intersected.
voice. Yeah, yeah, it was
Yep.
a voice for the
Yep.
people. It was a voice from certain neighborhoods that were
Well,
being
can
um, finally spoken about and the situations they're in. So
hmm
it was a
hmm
voice for the underserved and the under represented. And
well, this
I
is
kind of,
this is interesting.
you
Speaking
know,
of MTV, speaking of
mhm.
MTV, Yo MTV Raps was on right before Headbangers Ball on MTV. If that
Word.
tells you
Yeah, see,
anything,
that
right
makes
there.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
So the
that's
alternative stuff was on right
yeah,
after, or
yeah.
123 minutes was on
Hmm.
right there. All of that was in the same. It wasn't pop music. It was its own thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and
Hmm
that's
hmm
I think when we talk about the Gen X experience, when we talk about the hip hop of our time and the quote unquote grunge era, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and
Yeah.
the independent film era, we were just at a crux of creating new ways of doing things and independent, the indie spirit,
hmm
the subversive quality of what the art was that we liked, you know what I'm saying? So hip hop for me was a way to have a voice. And I just
hmm
happened to be good at rapping. You know what I mean? Like I heard
Right.
the early LL and Run DMC, Rakim, all that stuff, and I could rap along with it, and I could remember the
Right.
lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And then when I started writing it down, it was just
hmm
easy for me. I mean, I was already writing like poetry and stuff, but writing lyrics, rap lyrics, was just. It's not very difficult for me to do. It's like
hmm
breathing. It's like really simple. So,
I've
um,
noticed that. I've noticed that. I try
I
to
mean,
tell
yeah, I
people
just,
they
I
don't they
love,
don't
I,
don't sleep on what you're on a funnel and you just zippity zap and there you go, dude. You're moving.
yeah, it happens
So old
quickly
school's like
sometimes.
a
So,
little like a they reminisce over you sort of vibe.
yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's a
not that
song
because that's
about,
a reliquary,
yeah.
but like you get my point.
Yeah, no, no, that's one of my favorite songs in the world. So if you haven't heard
Yeah.
Pete
Yep.
Rock and CL
Yep.
Smooth, They Reminisce Over You, Trouble
You
T. Roy, please go listen to that. One of the greatest hip
T.
hop beats
Roy.
ever made.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yep.
yeah, great. I mean, P Rock was just on fire. Anyway, so
Mhm.
that song kind of comes with, the first verse is me, like, you roll into the party with your buddies in your car, you got the
Mhm.
the speakers banging, everybody goes to the party, has a good
Yep.
time. And then the second part is kind of about what happened in the hip hop industry when the
Mhm.
labels got kind of tricked by like the new school MCs, like when Wu
Yeah.
Tang came out and they kind of subverted the way that they were being used as artists and gained control over their
Yeah.
masters and gained control over where their career went and what kind of deals they were signing and how
Sure.
their MCs split apart from the original Wu Tang and all got deals under different labels and just attacked the industry in a formation. I mean, for us back then it was unheard of. So it was like it's all about empowerment, right? It's about these people saying we
Sure.
don't want to be made into
hmm
these deals where we get nothing and we're in it for 10 years and we have to make all these records that we don't want. Like, so I talked a little bit about that, and it's basically just saying like the new school MCs, I do believe at this point in time, not as an ego thing, but I do believe that they really do kind of need to look back at the old school to, if they don't know it, because if they didn't, they're standing on the shoulders of people that were mighty. You know what I mean? We're talking
Right.
about real lyricists
Right.
here. So
Right.
when I speak on that, it's out of respect. It's like you need to look at these old school lyricists for clues on how to write a rap song, on how to mean something to the culture and how to mean something lyrically. That's
There you
just
go.
my opinion. There's some people like
Well,
Kendrick,
well,
like all
there's a
kinds of
lot
new
you can do
folks.
with auto tune and with I mean, there's a lot you can do to not really do a lot with your lyrics, to not really set the infrastructure and the skeleton of a really great rap song and hip hop
Yeah.
song, and you could just, put something out there, and you could be. No offense to Travis Scott, but I mean, I like some of his music, but like
Right.
you could do libbity dibbity dibbity, hibbity jibbity
Yeah.
jubbity, I mean, like
Yeah.
you could do that all day. I mean, but at the end of the day, are we going to remember that 15 years from now, 10 years from
Well,
now,
it is
20
true,
years
man,
from
because
now?
you know where I work. I'm on Bourbon, and there's a
Yeah,
place across the street from us, and they play a lot of new hip hop. And I mean, the problem is I love the bass. I love the beats. So I hear the
sure.
beats, and I'm like, I hear a trap beat. You start bobbing your head, but then it's like the lyrical content. For me,
Yeah,
it's just
like let's spend a little time and get your notebook out, get your iPhone
right.
out, and write something, please.
It's
You
just
know,
the regurgitation of very narrow topics. And it's
yeah.
said over and over again. And I mean, I'm not going to get into what the topics are and why everybody says the same stuff. That's been said a million
Hmm.
times. It's just
Sure.
the song Old School is really just saying, hey, take a look
Right.
at this tapestry of lyrics that I wove together to tell a story about what we went through as Gen X rappers
I
and as
mean,
Gen X as a culture with our hip
hmm
hop and how we're still
Slick
relevant
Rick wrote
today.
a children's story. He
Yeah,
literally just put it in a nursery rhyme and just,
right.
I mean, he did it like that. I mean, just but write something.
Yeah. And I mean, for
Yeah.
MCs in general that
Yeah.
are of a certain age, there are people like Rakim. When he started rapping, he
Right.
changed the game because he was doing multisyllabic rhymes and
Uh-huh.
thought patterns and deep
Yeah.
stuff to dope beats.
Right.
And that's kind of like what I love is just peace, love, and dope beats. That's one of my taglines. And
Right.
so, I'm saying like I really gravitate towards that type of lyrical style. So that's what Old School's about. Um, the second song, which is a very special song to me, is called
Okay.
Starlight. Starlight
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
it's a different kind of a jam. It's a little slower, a little bit more melodic.
Uh-huh.
Little has a little more R&B, kind of like West Coast flavor on it. And I sent it to Nate because he's like a very soulful producer and
Okay.
works a lot with pianos and synths
Well,
and dope beats.
what's the inspiration for the song?
Starlight is two poems that I wrote that I pieced together for the track. Um,
Uh-huh.
it's basically me saying, um, we're all one,
Yeah.
and this is one love, one life, one tribe, one planet.
Okay.
It's one of the
All right.
lyrics, and it's my mystical unity song. The chorus is starlight radiates in every soul, no matter where we are always whole.
That's
So it's
Look,
that,
mystical unity song is what we need right now.
right, and that's kind of
There's a
what I've,
reason. Yeah.
yeah. No, no, keep
There's a
saying what
reason
you're
why
saying.
when I'm in Jamaica, and I remember my sister, my sister asked somebody in Jamaica when we were out away from the resort, away from all that bullshit, and out
Mhm.
talking to the people out on like up on 8 Mile on Bob Marley's home village, and she
Right,
asked, "Do you ever get sick of hearing his music?" To the people, and
right,
they said no.
right,
They said no
right,
because what it is unifying, and I think that's
right.
beautiful. I think that's a great way to
Yeah, and
great theme
it
for a
is
record.
my version of Bob Marley. It is the
Yeah,
Firewalker version of Bob
yeah,
Marley, and it's the
yeah,
one love.
yeah,
And I mean, anybody who knows me knows that the way that I feel about humanity as a collective
yeah,
is as one
yeah.
family and one tribe. And everything I usually say, um,
Hmm.
unless I'm just talking s with my lyrics or just being clever, is mostly just a straightforward poem about inclusive community and
Hmm.
connecting with the
Yeah,
larger energies and just that kind of
right.
communion. So like we talk about on our show, it's very the Raven Firewalker on this podcast is also represented lyrically in the songs. And so Starlight's just
Right.
basically me saying, if you're made of the universe and you have that inside, so does everyone else. So let's I'll get together and sing a song. You know what I'm saying? So
If I talk
um
about my bestie does some music, when I talk about it, it's like I just describe it as metaphysical hip hop. Like
sure.
that's what I do. So
And
is
I'll
that
I'll
is that
stop.
fair to say, or is that
Yeah, yeah, and I'll start.
pretty
I'll stop
pretty?
here and
Yeah.
say, yes, metaphysical hip hop, and it's also kind of like I was really rapping heavy in high school. I was in a group with a MC named MC Juice, which I'm
Uh-huh.
giving a shout out to here. One of the best freestylers in the world. Some would say
Toast
the
with carrot
best.
juice to juice right here.
Yes, indeed. No, so Mr.
Hmm.
Juice was from
Hmm.
Chicago. I met him in high
Yep.
school. He was the dopest
Yep.
rapper around. He asked me to rap one day. He heard I was rapping. I was like, Juice wants me to rap, and I got pretty nervous, but I did my thing, and I
Hmm.
busted out a rhyme, and he's like, bro, you're insane, And he's like, we're in a group now. I'm like, well, okay. You know what I mean? Juice wants to be in a
So you
group
had
with
an
me. I'm
eight
like,
mile moment there. You had
yeah,
an eight
yeah, I
mile.
did, dude. It was great. So,
Yeah. You like
that
schooled
was
Anthony
dope.
Mackie on stage. You were like, bye.
Yeah, I
See
mean,
you
no,
later,
just
Anthony Mackie.
if you anyone who knows Juice, if you know hip hop and you're
Yeah.
watching this, you know that Eminem and Juice battled and Juice beat him back in the day, and it's a big deal in
Oh
hip
damn.
hop
Okay.
circles. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, he beat him at the Scribble Jam, and there's footage of that. If you
Yeah.
want to watch it, just go
Okay.
ahead and look for it. But yeah, Juice is a
Wow.
well
I brought
respected.
up 8 Mile too. I didn't even know. Yeah,
Right.
I
Yeah,
had
I
no
know. That's
idea.
funny. Yeah, you're right.
That's
And
yeah,
so,
that's funny.
he's a really well-known dude in the hip hop circles that love freestyling. Like him, Karis one, Supernatural. There's just certain guys that were titans of
Yeah.
that whole battle rap scene. And Juice was one of them. And Juice and I were in a group, got signed, but then it fell through, and he went back to Chicago after high school, and he's done his thing for years and years and been on all kinds of people's
Yeah.
records. He's still doing music now, so we'll probably have some stuff coming out soon because we're still working with Cool Water, which is my other
Right.
point of interest because I'm still working with Cool Water. I met him in high school as well, and him and Juice are still friends.
So
So Cool
so what
Water,
you're trying to say is you still have some contacts from back in the day, from the mid
yeah, all the
'90s, early
homies, yeah,
'90s, that you've
yeah,
threaded into what's happening now, which is kind
yeah,
of the nonsense of a lot of OG stuff that's coming together again. For some
yeah,
people, like Redman and other people, we can see even Slick Rick doing some stuff with Nas right now. We do see a lot of
yeah.
that happening. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because LL has the Rock the Bells tour that's bringing together a lot of this stuff. Wu and Nas, like you said, the New York State of Mind tour. LL put out a dope record. Raekwon, Ghostface, the
Uh-huh.
the
Yep.
Clips. Like, there's so
Ghostface's
many
new record,
people.
right? Yeah, no
We
doubt.
listened to
Hmm.
that when I was in Chattanooga. Um,
Yeah, yes we did.
but
Yes we
anyway,
did.
yeah, it was dope. So, a lot of that's going on, so those homies are dope. But I just want to give them shouts out because Cool Water's one of my best buddies. And,
Okay, sure. Yeah,
he
hell
did
yeah.
a song with Nate Dogg back in the day called High Come Down. A lot of people know that song. And he's
Uh-huh.
just, he's a dope dude and a good homie. And we talk all the time. And we're working on
What
music right now, too. So
what
that's
would
going to
be
be out there.
a way for uh our subscribers and listeners to link into your music if they're not like super big hip hop heads and they're just, like if they what's a way to approach it?
Well, I look
What
at
would you say?
I think some of the music, especially stuff I'm making with Nate, like if you like Beck,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? A lot of people like Beastie Boys that don't love hip hop, like,
Right.
certain types of hip hop, but everybody loves the Beasties. Everybody loves Beck, Cypress Hill. I'm in that like
Yeah.
stoner rap, philosophical rap. If you like A Tribe
Uh-huh.
Called Quest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you like people now like Tyler, the Creator, people that are kind of
Hmm.
fun and interesting, um, I mean, but also very lyrical like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, that's
Hmm.
the kind of deal that I'm on, just multisyllabic rhymes, things that
That's
mean
you.
something.
That's
Well,
you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. The other
You're a little
person I
like
want
that.
to,
Yeah.
the other person I want to shout out in the most major way, that I'm still, working with is Overflow, Lyrical Spike the Overflow, because we were in a group called Other
Uh-huh.
Side, and Other
Uh-huh.
Side was really, a special thing in LA,
Uh-huh.
in Hollywood, in the Valley, like when we were coming up, and
Yeah.
you know, that was kind of my introduction to even getting into like producing with people
Right.
and doing that kind of
Right.
thing. And that kind of made the whole thing like real to me, like it could be done, so we're still doing stuff as
Hmm.
well. Um, and anybody who likes, you know, lyrics that mean something, you know what I'm saying? Cause a lot of hip hop, when the song is over, you might've nodded your head, but what are you really left with? You know what I'm saying? When
Well,
you
that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, like you write
Yeah,
something,
what are you
I
left with
put
at the bottom of it when you
leave
put it
something
through
in
the
my
sieve?
mind,
And yeah, so that's I want to
you
be
know.
known for that, is for
Yeah,
somebody who was able to say something.
I like that song Diddy by Paperboy, because they played in the clubs. I have no idea why they're playing that song in the clubs, when
Right.
I was a teenager. But
Yeah.
what the hell was he even talking about? Nothing.
I don't
He
know.
wasn't talking about anything. There was
I
nothing. He
don't
was
know.
not saying anything at all.
No.
It was
No.
it was
And that's
just stupid. Yeah, you
there's a
know.
lot of, I mean, hip hop is many things to many people, and it's a global
Right,
culture,
right,
and
right,
it's got it's a lot of the beats you listen to that even in other music came from mostly like a hip hop background, using the drum
right,
machines that were popularized by hip hop
right.
music. So if you look at popular music, a lot of it has been touched by it. I mean, almost every beat is a trap song on every commercial now. So um, it's the way that
Well,
we kind of move and groove a little
although
bit.
we break
You know,
it back down to ritual into West Africa, the drumming
sure,
is key. But when people like Rakim and KRS One decide to put words over that powerful
yeah,
intonation of the drums, then
yeah,
we have something really special, and that's what I appreciate. So, and you're
yeah,
saying the same thing, obviously, yeah. So
yeah. I
there's
mean,
that.
the idea of the Raven Firewalker project is
Hmm.
it really is ritual music,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
it's it's just something that I want people to be able to listen to and, feel something from and be
Hmm.
left with things to think about. And if
Right.
I've done anything to connect people or make them look into things that they might not have looked in before and kind of see
Hmm.
that it's not weird, like we do with our podcast, it's really the same. It's like walking
Sure.
the crossroads between hip hop and rock and psychedelic
Hmm.
and, a lot of the different
Yeah.
genres that I like or that are a part of what I do. I kind of want all those people to be cool with each other and get down with what I'm doing. So
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
So you're like a metaphysical Fonzie, dude. You're doing it.
I'm going for it. I'm trying to be cool, dude.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, all right. Hey,
What's fun? Yeah.
I really got to say, check out Invisible Medicine on Spotify, and they can get a hold of you to pay for it, right? Where are they doing that?
Yeah, I'm on Bandcamp. So if you just search
Hmm.
Raven Firewalker on Bandcamp, you can do the
Okay,
indie music
all
supporting
right.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Listening on Spotify is dope. We'll leave links for it. We're also going to put out
Oh.
some videos for some of the songs as I get them done, and they'll be released on
Hmm.
this channel. So there'll be a little bit more
Oh.
Raven Firewalker squawking at you here and there too.
All right. And ravens do squawk for sure.
They do.
So we will
Oh,
see
and
you
also,
again on Walking the Crossroads.
thank you guys.
All right. Peace.
Thank you.
Hand out a cigar and dance out in the stars. My philosophy got me tranced out in the bars. And night alone in my room with the lyrics of fury. All the flows I consume sparked a spiritual journey. So dream, little microphone fiend. You got to chill, you know what I mean. Beatboxing, banging desks for the breaks we broke. Trying to show the party people that I ain't no joke. Fresh for 88, you suckers, cause we're constantly serving this. Just rocking the turbulence. Kicking raps, getting dabs, going pound for pound. Mama said knock you out, flowing round for round. Spinning vibes when the bum rush controls the crowd. Posse up, rolling down to the dopest sound. The beat knocks for 3 blocks, we're open now. Guess the past and the future's chosen now. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I burn, baby, burn like disco inferno. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I burn slow. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I burn, baby, burn like disco inferno. Old school, new school, need to learn though. A rebel without a pause, raw setting it off. I got my own vibe regardless of the applause. Cause it's the darkest night for us all, not hard to call. Self-destruction writing on the wall. We start to fall, but never falling 6 feet deep. Grave digging in the crates for the mix we need to elevate all the people for infinity. Like 93, the mischief in the tribe of freaks. Cause life beats and the rhymes are free. But sometimes we need 3 eyes to see. The industry got stung by bees, and these MCs change the game with strange frequencies. The funkalistic blunted the business. The bomb hits knocking us senseless. How high, so high that we kiss the sky, and we never came down, and this is why. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I burn, baby, burn like disco inferno. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I burn slow. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I burn, baby, burn like disco inferno. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I dedicate this jam to other side. side of the sun.